the Steady Paws podcast, episode 4, Canine Communication, Listening Beyond Words. If you've ever wished your dog could just tell you what they're feeling, you're not alone. But the truth is, they already do, if we know how to listen. Dogs are constantly communicating, but not in ways we're always taught to notice. Hello and welcome back to the Steady Paws podcast. I'm Cherene Hill, founder of Steady Paws, author of the Steady Paws approach, and a canine behaviour and welfare educator. In our last episode, we explored the stress bucket and why reactions never really come out of nowhere. Today, we are diving into a topic that sits at the very heart of understanding our sensitive dogs: communication. While we humans rely on words, dogs communicate primarily through body language, facial expressions, posture, movement, their breathing, and the way they hold their tails. Modern canine science has shown us that the majority of dog-to-human and dog-to-dog communications is non-verbal. According to a 2025 review published in Applied Animal Behaviour Science, subtle signals like lip licking, yawning, and turning away are some of the dog's earliest ways of saying, "I'm feeling unsure," or "this is a bit much for me." But here's the catch. Most people are taught to look for the obvious. Barking, growling, lunging, these are the shouts. But long before a dog shouts, they whisper. They might glance away, shift their weight, lick their lips, or freeze for just a split second. Those are the early amber light signals that tell us how our dog is really feeling. Science tells us that dogs evolved to avoid conflict, so their earliest signs of discomfort are often incredibly subtle. In fact, studies have found that dogs who have learned their whispers aren't heard may skip straight to bigger, more dramatic behaviour. When we learn to spot the early signals, like a yawn that isn't about tiredness, a slow blink, or a gentle shake-off after a tense moment, we gain a chance to help our dogs before stress or fear tips them over their threshold. A wagging tail, for example, isn't always a sign of happiness. It can mean excitement, uncertainty, or even an attempt to appease. Context is everything. The tail, ears, eyes, mouth, and whole body tell the story, not just one part. Something I like to talk about a lot in my book and with Steady Paws clients is that communication isn't just what your dog does. It's also how we respond. When early signals are noticed and respected, dogs learn that their voice matters. Over time, they become more confident expressing themselves, which can actually prevent escalation to bigger, more difficult behaviours. But if signals are missed, or worse, punished, like being told off for growling, dogs may stop communicating altogether. That's when behaviour starts to feel unpredictable or out of nowhere. In reality, it's just a breakdown in the conversation. Modern, welfare-focused behaviourists now emphasise the importance of preserving and rewarding communications, not suppressing it. So what does listening actually look like in everyday life? Watch your dog when they're completely relaxed. Notice their baseline posture, ear and tail position, breathing and how they move around you. That's your reference point. When things feel tricky on walks, around visitors, watch for those small changes. Is your dog suddenly licking their lips, yawning, turning away, or moving more slowly? Respond early, increase the distance, slow down, change direction, or even give your dog a break. These little interventions done early can stop stress from building. One of the simplest ways to make sense of canine body language is the traffic light approach. Green, relaxed, amber, uncertain, and red, overwhelmed signals. Think of it as a guide to how safe, comfortable, or stressed your dog is feeling in any given moment. Green signals are the all clear. Your dog is relaxed, happy, and open to interaction or learning. You'll see soft eyes, loose body, gentle wagging tails, a relaxed mouth, maybe even playful bows or quiet sniffing. It's a dog you see when they're content at home, stretching out in a sunbeam. Amber signals are the early warning signs. Your dog is starting to feel unsure or needs a little support. They're the most important for preventing escalation. Lip licking, yawning, turning the head or body away, sudden sniffing at the ground, shifting weight backwards, or even a slow shake-off. You might notice your dog moving behind you on a walk or hesitating before approaching someone new. When you notice amber signals, that's your cue to slow things down, add distance, or give your dog a break before they feel forced to shout with a red signal. Red signals are the stop. Your dog is overwhelmed or distressed. Here you'll see stiff bodies, hard staring, growling, barking, lunging, snapping, or trying to escape. Sometimes freezing in place or frantic movement. Red means your dog's bucket is overflowing. They're no longer able to cope or learn and need space and safety above all else. And most importantly, remember that every dog is an individual. What looks like concern in one dog may be normal for another. Get curious about your own dog's unique expressions. When dogs know their communication works, so when they look away and you give them space, or they pause and you slow down, their trust in you grows. They don't have to shout to be heard. Behavioural science is clear. Dogs who feel understood are less likely to escalate to problem behaviours. They recover far more quickly from stress, more willing to try new things, and their bond with you deepens. This is what makes communication such a foundation of emotional safety and confidence. It's not about being perfect or reading every signal right away. It's about making the effort to listen, even when it's quiet. Just like people, every dog has their own way of expressing themselves. For example, Heidi's amber signals are incredibly subtle. A quick look away or a gentle yawn when something feels overwhelming. For other dogs, it might be pacing, tensing up, or hiding behind their person. Learning your own dogs is key. Notice their posture, tail, ears, and how they're moving. That's your baseline. Then, when you're out on a walk or something new happens, look for those subtle changes. Are they suddenly moving slower? Is their tail lower? Are they licking their lips? Getting curious about these shifts is one of the best ways to help your dog feel safe. Over time, this builds trust and confidence. So before we finish, here's a few simple ways to tune into your dog's communication every day. Pause and watch your dog in different situations. This can be at home, during walks, or new places. What are their green, amber, and red signals? How do they show you when they are uncomfortable or need help? Notice their body as a whole, not just the tail or ears. Respond early to those amber signals by slowing down, adding distance, or letting your dog choose what feels safe. Reflect on what you see. Patterns will emerge over time. And remember, you don't have to get it perfect. Every moment you try to listen is a step towards a stronger, more understanding bond. Thank you for being here and for your commitment to truly seeing your dog. Next time, we'll explore how to advocate for your sensitive dog in the wider world, even when others might not understand your approach. Until then, take gentle care of yourselves and your dogs. Keep it steady, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye for now.